We will get to the bottom of the nicknames and the spellings at some point, but for now, we're going through our betting options, and there's plenty of them. We have narrowed it down to some of the most popular ones that we think are going to be worth a good discussion, and we're going to start with the top European. This is the golfer to score more points for Team Europe than any other player. I think usually 3 or 3.5 will win this for you, right? That's kind of what we're looking for. I assume history says something like that.
Yeah.
4 probably get to the outright. 3.5. 3 is probably 3.5 might be a push, but I think 3 is probably a push.
3.5, 4 is pretty good.
Pretty solid. Okay, Mark, we're going to start with you. Top European, no surprise to see 2 big names at the top. Jon Rahm plus 333, Rory McIlroy plus 500. Those are the 2 that most people are going to assume are going to do the heavy lifting. Who is your top European?
Well, I struggled to avert my eyes from Jon Rahm because he's going to get 5 goes, and the way he's playing he's so solid. Kyle has documented this, but I have a sense now, unless I'm wrong and my mind is failing me because I'm fresh off a flight from Philly, but I know Victor Hovland was in the same pot as him, and I have a feeling that they may play together. And I think Rahm and Hovland could be dynamite. And then I have a sense if Hovland's going well, which he's probably going to, he'll go out early on Sunday and get himself a quick win. So I've actually went with Hovland as the top Euro this week in Wisconsin.
I did too. Sorry to jump in here. I went with Hovland as well. I think that his games, it just fits this course so well. And the Euros for I looked this up, the last 3 Ryder Cups, they've had a rookie that's scored at least 3 points. In 2014, it was Jamie Donaldson. 2016, it was Thomas Pieters. 2018, it was Molinari and Fleetwood that scored at least 3 points. And I wonder if Harrington tries to just like Mark just said, if he tries to pair let's say Rahm and Hovland and then Sergio and Rory and just tries to ride just tries to clean house with as many
get eight points from those 4 guys.
Yeah, or like 6 or 7 and then try to steal a couple elsewhere over the first couple days and then just see what happens on singles, because those 4 guys specifically off the tee are just so they just set up so well for this golf course in a way that Fitzpatrick and Poulter and Westwood and those guys do not at all. So I'm interested to see how they do those pairings.
Mark and Kyle with Victor Hovland plus 650 to be top European. Greg, I went with Paul Casey. I'm not sure how much I love this, but I saw the 10-1 number. I think we talked about this on Monday, kind of plays a more American style of golf. He's great off the tee. He's going to need a partner who can putt. But I think to me, the European team is incredibly top heavy, and someone's going to have to step up after that. And I'm thinking, why not Paul Casey at 10-1?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great number. The thing you're really hinging on is a great early start. Where it's so, he's got to win convincingly with somebody who can also go. If he's paired with a Lee Westwood or something and there's rest built in to the plan, then I think that could hinder Paul Casey. Although you could still be the point leader with rest. It's not the end of the world, but the concern with Hovland and I would include Casey, I would include everybody in this except Rahm and Rory. The concern is if something doesn't go well early, they're not going to get the automatic crack. Whereas Rahm and McIlroy, they're gonna go 5 no matter what. And the way that they play, in my opinion, they've built so much stock and they're so young, they're in their prime, they're able to go 5 matches. They're gonna go 5. I'm almost sure of it. And so for that reason, I prefer Rory McIlroy in this. I think it's a slightly better number than Jon Rahm. Jon Rahm's coming off a missed cut. I think I just like Rory slightly more than Rahm in this, but to me, I think you got to stick with one of those 2.
5-1 for Rory McIlroy.
I think the other one sorry.
Oh, I was just it's not the best number, but I do think it's your best chance. And I kind of draw a line under Rahm and Rory, and I say it's going to be one of those 2 guys. And I prefer I don't like whatever plus 333. I don't like that.
I think, Greg, that Hovland's one of your 5 match guys, even as a rookie. He's the second highest ranked player on the team. He's been playing fantastic. He's the kind of guy. Remember, he's won the USAM, where you've got to be a match play fiend. And I know that's amateur golf, and this is all stuff in the past, but he's got what it takes, and he's got the mental acumen to really get in there and mix it up with some of the heavyweights. He's proved to us that he can. So I'm prepared to bet that he's a 5 match guy.
I think Mark might be right. I think the other guy that's interesting here is Sergio at 11, because Sergio's played, out of a possible 44 sessions, he's played 41 over the course of his career, which is
pretty good. That's a lot.
I mean, I think Rory's played 24 of 24.
Rory's missed 24-25.
Yeah, one
well,
time.
in 2010, they had a weather thing, so they only had 4 sessions.
Oh,
they played.
I thought they condensed them. They did 6. Didn't they do 6? They did 6 matches.
Exactly. So they only did 4 sessions, and they did 6 matches in each. So
gotcha.
Rory's played
so I misread
24,
the Wikipedia page.
And Sergio just plays a ton, and he's been driving it great. Again, this course is, you got to drive it well. 11-1 is a really good number for somebody that historically has played that many matches. So I think he's interesting here also.
All right,
if I was American, I got to say this: if I'm an American guy, and I love Sergio, especially in this format. He finds a different gear. He's got that sort of a thing about him. But if I'm playing him and I'm American, I'm watching him hole every 3-footer all day long, and I will say it to him. He'll look over at you and I'm like, "No, buddy, you putt that stuff, because you and I both know what you like over the short stuff." Just how it is.
Imagine Sergio and Jordan Spieth having a 4-foot putting contest. Let's